Okie doke. So, nice gentle Pilates today. I think I've put it down as fitness Pilates, but it's just going to be nice, calm, relaxing. So, stand with your feet about hip distance apart, hips, knees and toes looking directly forward, lift up your toes, splay your toes out, relax your feet down. Keep your knees nice and soft and lengthen through your spine, through your neck and out through the top of your head. Imagine your head is like a golf ball sat on a golf tee, so just beautifully stacked, not forward or back. I just want you to roll your shoulders back and down. Just roll your shoulders back and down. And while you're doing this, I want you to try and think about zipping upwards, not just bracing. So keep rolling the shoulders as I'm talking to you, but try and zip up. Either an external zip, like fresh, tightly washed jeans going on, or up inside your pelvic floor, like an internal zip, or imagine gripping a pencil, whatever makes sense. I want you to then lift your shoulders up and drop your shoulders down. When we're tense or stressed or particularly tired or emotional, we tend to hold a lot of stress around our necks, our shoulders, our upper backs and our jaw. So I'm going to try and make sure I release that. Just doing a shrug and release is really helpful. So we'll just try that a few times. Now while I'm doing that, I'm still focused on trying to relax my feet, relax my bum and thighs, but keep my zippy area zipped up. Trying to relax my bum cheeks as well, which isn't always easy, but try. Okay. I'm then going to start moving on now to the neck and the jaw. So when you're ready, I want you to tuck your chin towards your chest and take a big breath in. I want you to exhale and just tilt your head back. You can keep your eyes open or you can close your eyes, whatever feels good. Again, big breath in. And then exhale back. Now I'm going to give you two options on your breath work. You're going to take a big breath into your nose here and then exhale out through your mouth, but not like super hard, not like, just gently. Or option two is nasal breathing. Take a big breath into your nose here and then exhale out through your nose there. Okay? Now the next time I want you to make sure you let your mouth hang open. Now that's hard if you're doing nasal breathing, but concentrate, focus on yourselves. And when you're focusing on what you're doing, everything else will melt away. Anything else that is concerning you, anything that's negative, it's just gone because you're focusing purely on you. We can't control much in our lives, but we can control what we are doing now. The next thing I want you to do is let that mouth hang open and then just gently wobble the jaw from side to side. Now obviously it's a bit hard for me to do that and give you instruction, so my breathing and my talking's all over the place, but you guys, you've got the time to concentrate on what you're doing. So really focus on that breathing so it feels fantastic. Doing that gentle woggle of the jaw. When I do the gentle woggle, I just sort of go like that. When I first do it, it does feel a little bit clunky, a little bit immobile. And those ligaments here feel quite tight. I don't know if anyone else's does. Shh. Now, bearing that in mind, I want you to now just keep looking at me and I want you to take your hands. I want you to just take these two fingers here and I just want you to do some gentle tapping up your jaw and back down. So to the point of your chin and up to just sort of the middle of your ear there. Yeah, so I'm just following that line. Just gently. This is really good for finger mobility as well, actually. You can tap incredibly lightly, or if you feel a bit stronger, tap a little bit harder. You're not going to hurt yourself, it's only your fingertips. And just keep that going. Now the next time, I'm going to stop halfway. I'm going to come down my neck. So you know these little tight bits? I don't know if you're tight here, I always am. Down there and back up. And then I'm going to go up to my ears, come back down to my chin, come up halfway, go down my neck, come back up, then go up to the ears and come back down. Just gently. It should feel quite nice. All right? Just going to do that once more. And then I'm going to actually stop and put my fingers here. I'm just going to take my index finger and I'm just going to do gentle circles around here. Look, can you see where? Right in line with my sort of earrings. And I'm just going to circle one way. Oh, I can really feel that. Some of you just do this incredibly gently and some of you will feel like, oh, I can get in a little bit deeper and you'll feel how tight that is. So go with how you feel, yeah? Very light pressure or slightly harder. Now I'm going to come down a little bit. Now I'm doing my circles and I'm coming down my jaw. And I'm going to come all the way down to my chin. And then I'm going to circle the opposite way and go back up. You alright? See how that feels. I'm not going to do this for too long, so we've only got a 30-minute class, but I just want you to have lots of options today. And then just let it go. How does that feel? Should feel a little bit different. Okay, now this time, tuck the chin toward the chest, big breath in. Now slowly just roll your chin out and then sort of peep over your shoulder. Now gently, the opposite shoulder, just drop it down a bit. Feel that stretch a little deeper. Then come back to the centre, big breath in. Then exhale, peep over the other shoulder and drop that shoulder down. Can you feel that deeper stretch? This is called nerve flossing, by the way. Then come back to the centre, big breath in, exhale, take it out. Now you can either just drop the shoulder or you can push through the heel of the hand if you want, just to take that a little bit deeper to release through this neck. Then come back round to the centre, big breath in. Keep the chin low and just sort of peep over the shoulder. Drop the shoulder and maybe push through the heel of the hand. You good, girls? Still got your hips done up? And then relax those shoulders back and down. Now, we're just going to do a gentle dive forward and open. Dive forward and open. Now, each time I dive, I've got a different hand on top. Look. And when I do dive, I'm doing it so my leggings are kind of digging into my tummy. You know, it feels like I'm digging in. I'm not just bending forward, yeah? So I'm really curving my back and then I'm opening. When I open up, I squeeze my shoulder blades down, almost like when I do VW, almost. But slightly gently, slightly more gentle, I should say. Just nice and smooth. Let's do that once more now. Then I'm going to stand, I'm going to relax my shoulder, I'm going to take my arms out with my thumbs up and I'm just going to do an arch your arm, pull it back. I'm making sure my ears are away from my shoulders. I'm squeezing between my shoulder blades, I'm keeping my hips, knees and toes looking forward. But if you notice my eyes, I'm following my thumb. My zipper area is still zipped up and of course I'm breathing. Once more each side. Now I'm going to come down, I'm going to place my hands on my hips on the top of my pelvis and I'm just going to circle around. Now these circles want to be slow, but you want to exaggerate them. I mean, I'm really sticking out my bum, I'm really pushing to the side. You know, then I can really feel that here. Can you feel that? If you've got any tightness at all, it's going to really help mobilise. Obviously, if it's painful, do it small. And then back the other way. I'm trying to make those circles as big as I can. I want to really, really release all that tension that is in my lower back of my hips area. Then I'm going to stop, put one hand on my tummy, one hand on my lower back, keep my zippy area done and just rock forward and back. This is how you find neutral spine. Most people have one way or the other, they've got their bum sort of stuck out like that, or they have their bum tucked under too far. There's normally one or the other. It's very rare someone's nice and perfectly aligned in the middle. Now, I want you to imagine you're a grandfather clock. You have a pendulum hanging down between your legs. Gently swing your pendulums forward and back. At the same time, I'm not letting my tummy pop out into my hand. This is a really good practice to keep those zippers done up. Okay, then stop. Now I'm going to go onto the hips. I'm going to mobilise the hips, the knees, the ankles, and I'm going to take it to the floor for floor work. Let's start. I'm going to circle out, away from my body. Start with my big toe on the floor, and I'm just going to do 3 like that. Then if that feels okay, I'm going to take that toe onto the floor and do 3 big circles. If it doesn't, stay with your toe on and circle away. Then if that feels good, I'm going to go into knee up, open, retract in and come down. If this doesn't feel good, you stay on the movement I did before. And I'm just going to do one more. Look, so knee up, open, rotate in and put it down. Now I'm going to go onto the other side and again circle away. So 3 circles here, stand tall, keep the zipper done up, relax the shoulders. If that feels good, toe on the floor, swish out those circles, big or small, you choose. And if that feels good and you want to, I progress to knee up, open, internally rotate and place down. If you want to do this but your balance is not quite coping, just slightly put a fingertip on the wall, back of the chair, whatever you want. Last one. Now I'm going to go back to that first leg. Now you know I went out, and now I'm going to come in. So I'm going to roll inwards, and then if that feels good, I'm going to slide my foot behind and do my 3 circles in, keeping my toe on the floor. You can go slower than me. And then if that feels good, I go bend, lift, rotate in, put it down. bend, lift, rotate in and down. Bend, lift, rotate in and down. Now repeat on the other side. Remember, circling in. If that feels good, slide back and circle. You don't have to. You can stay with just your big toe down. Then I'm going to go lift, lift, rotate, down. Lift, lift, rotate and down. Lift, lift, rotate and down. Are you good? Now for your knees, this is fantastic. I'm going to use the wall to start you off, then I'm going to come back so you can see me. You can do this freestanding, but to be honest, holding lightly the wall is probably better. Alright? So I'll start from a bum view, so sorry about the bum view. Lightly, fingers, squat as deep as you're able, keeping your feet flat. Lift up onto the balls of your feet and then slide up. And then put the heels down. I'm going to come back to you. So squat as deep as you can without your knees rolling in. Go up onto the balls of your feet, come up, and then put it down. So if that's too much for your little foot, just do it flat down, okay? In fact, you guys carry on. Sue, come away. Let me give you something else for your knees. So if you've got feet that aren't having any of this, and some of you do, you bend over, put your fist between your knees, and you will do stir the pot. And you'll do that about 4 times in one direction, but not your whole body, just your little knees. Now the girls that are doing with me, we're going to reverse that now. We're going to come up onto the balls of our feet, then we're going to squat down, then we're going to put our heels down, and then we're going to stand. And Sue, you're going to stir the pot the other way. So if you're here with me, do not grip with your toes. Obviously holding on the wall would be better for you, but you won't be able to see me, so I'm back with you. Do not let those knees roll in and try not to grip with your toes. And then let's all stop. And you should have done about the same. Stand up tall, pick up one foot, circle the ankle one way, circle the ankle the other, point and flex the foot. You can do this seated if you prefer. Other side, circle one way, circle the other, point and flex the foot. Fantastic. Feel okay? So that was your top to toe mobility and setup. If you want some water, have a little sip of your water now, and then I'm going to prep you. We're going to start rolling down to go into our floor work. Now, your roll down is just while you're waiting. We're going to do this 10 times. So count for yourself, go as slow as you can, gradually build up. Now if you really want to, you stand against the wall and you peel one vertebrae away at a time. That is fantastic. If you want to freestand, that's okay too. Are you ready? Tuck the chin towards your chest, take a big breath in, draw an imaginary line down your body with your chin and roll as tight as you can so your leggings and your bra band are digging in. Go to where you're comfy, then hang. Don't go all the way to the floor. Take a big breath in and slowly exhale, come back up, stack one vertebra on top of the other, shoulders down and chin off the chest. Then we go again, deep breath in, tuck the chin toward the chest, slowly exhale and roll down, hang, take a big breath in and slowly roll back up, one vertebrae at a time. And then I want you to just keep going, and each time go lower and lower if you can. But the more you're tucked into your body, look, I'm not bending forward, I'm literally rolling into my body, really tight. You let the chin go on the chest, you relax your arms, that's lovely. We've got 10 of these, so you keep going, and if you're doing this against the wall, you just want your feet a little bit further away from the wall, knees soft and roll, and as you do it, you imagine peeling one vertebra away at a time from the wall. And as you come back, you push one vertebra at a time back into the wall, and then shoulders and head back on the wall. It's amazing. Now, I'm hoping you've got a rough idea how many you've done. If you're like, no idea, Emma, let's assume you've got 2 more. I'm going to go ahead of you. Imagine I'm on my 10th one. I'm going to roll down. I'm then going to place my hands on the floor. Now, if this is too much, you'll put your knees on the floor as well. I'm then going to walk it out into a plank position, but you could do this with your knees down, and then I'm going to hold my plank here, or even with my knees down, just for a count of 10. So you're going to come down with me, probably now, okay? You're going to do that, and you're going to stay in your plank position once you're there. I'm going to look at you. Now, Some of you are plank, so if I was at home with you right now, Sue, I would lift your head up and make you look along the floor in front of you. And Tracy, I would push your bum forward slightly, so you're on the fascia part. There you go. And now tuck your bits under, like a cat would tuck a tail between its legs. Perfect. There, that's it, that's right. Now, whichever position you are in, I want you to open up your chest by squeezing between your shoulder blades and looking directly forward. It doesn't matter if you've got your knees down or you've got straight legs, it doesn't matter, just do it well. Keep breathing into your nose and out to your mouth. Now, imagine, I'm not sure if this would be good for our mental health, but imagine we're in the teeniest bikini you've ever seen in your life and we're drawing those core muscles in. So nothing's hanging over the top of those bikini pants, girls. Draw it in. And then when you're ready, gently put your knees down. If you're able, relax your feet. If not, have them wherever you want. You can either leave your bum in the air and just stretch back here like this, or if you've got more mobility, you'll come down lower and rest your bum on your heels. But it doesn't matter, either low with me or just bum in the air and stretch out the shoulders like this, it's fine. Whatever's good for you, all right? Keep breathing. From this position, whether your bum is in the air or whether it's low, walk your hands over to the right, put your left hand on top of the right and feel that amazing stretch down the side of your body. Now I want you to stay down. If for some reason you couldn't go on your knees, you could do this standing. You could have your hands on the wall or the back of the sofa and do the stretch like this. It's the same thing, all right? Now when you're ready, come back to the centre. Then carefully walk the hands over to the other side. Feel that amazing stretch. Keep breathing into your nose and out through your mouth. And then when you're ready, come back to the centre. Now I'm going to try and encourage you to lay down on your tummy flat on the floor, and we're going to do something called VW, okay? If for any reason you can't lay on your tummy today, this can be done here on your knees, or you can even sit on the edge of your sofa if you had to, all right? But let's see if we can do it. So we're coming down. Now you extend your arms out into a V shape, little finger down, thumbs up. If you can relax your feet, fantastic, but I've got my feet flexed. Your job here is to draw your tummies away from the floor. Even if they're not literally away, feel that they're zipped up away. Hover your face slightly off the floor, take a breath into your nose. And then when you're ready, I want you to exhale along the floor in front of you, just looking at the floor and imagining pulling yourself up on a bar and stretching your spine out. Are you ready now? Exhale, pull along. So I pull my shoulder blades down, but I lengthen my spine. Then I breathe back in and I hover my face off the floor. And then I exhale. Look, I retract my shoulder blades into a W. I look along the floor and then I breathe in as I come back down. I exhale. And then I breathe in. So I'm going to just sit up and have a look at you for a minute. So if I was laying flat on the floor, I exhale and I breathe in. Now keep going for me. As we age, most of us shrink in height. And a lot of that is because the little jelly discs in between our vertebrae become dehydrated and squished. So your bony bits of vertebrae get closer and closer together. When we're doing this, we are lengthening out through our spine. We're giving those little jelly discs a bit of air, sort of space. And if you're nice and well hydrated, they should be nice and plump. Okay, so that's what we're doing. We're not letting the weight of the world push down on our heads and shrink us. We're lengthening, stretching and breathing. I would like you to do that 4 more times. So exhale away and breathing in. Now I'm going to tell you something funny as you're doing this. I used to use a description to make you stretch forward. Do you know what I used to say? You ready for this? I used to say, imagine you've got pierced nipples and someone's pulling you along the floor by them. What on earth was I thinking? I thought I'd just tell you that to make you smile this morning. I think the thought of having a pierced nipple makes me cringe so much, I really stretch out when I visualise that. Anyway, just thought I'd share with you. Okay, when you're ready, when you're finished, just relax down and just turn your head to the side. So there was a lovely extension for your spine. You should feel pretty good. When you are ready, I would like you to roll over onto your right side, please. Now, once we go onto our right side, I'm hoping to bring you up like this. Can you come up like this today? Can you all come? Now, when we do this, this should be very gentle on the shoulder, all right? Because my shoulder is direct, my elbow is directly under my shoulder and I'm pulling my waist up. So you should be able to do it. If you have got extreme issues with your shoulder today, you will go on all fours and you will do this move instead. It won't quite be the same, but it will do the job for us, all right? If you are here with me, we're gonna be here. We're gonna lift our hips, extend the top leg. We're going to stretch under, and then we're gonna exhale up. You got it? You're gonna do this 10 times. Off you go. If you can't keep your hip in the air, you can do it with your hip down. Of course you can, but you want to pull your ribs up tall. Off you go. And if you're here, we can just come in and extend 10 times. And if you know this move, feel free to thread under and then extend, but not collapse down today. We're just going to thread and open. We're not going to collapse down today. So as keep you together. Yeah? Cool. So if you're on all fours, you're just going to reach under and a stretch. And if you're on your side with me, you've either just got it here, reach under and extend, or I'm hoping to have your hips up and reach under and extend. And you're doing this 10 times in your own time. All right. So this is fantastic for shoulder stability, pelvic stability, core strength, and a spine twist. So it's lovely. As soon as you've done your 10, or you think you've done your 10, because if you're like me, it's 1, 2, miss 10. Sit tall into an L shape. Point and flex your feet. Bring your arms round, hug your knees in towards your chest, tuck your chin towards your chest, and feel that amazing stretch through your spine. And then release. We're doing the other side. So either just come over to the other side or go back onto all fours. If you're on all fours because your shoulders, make sure you've got really light pressure through those little handies. Use your core. Zip up, girls, with me. Pull those ribs almost like they're into your body. And if you poke, doesn't matter if you've got a squish on top, you'll feel the muscles underneath, yeah? So either here or here. Ready? Let's go. 10. So nice and controlled, nice and slow. I exhale through under my arm and I breathe into open. If you're not sure about the breathing, the most important thing is just breathe. Yeah, don't stress when, just breathe. Keep it going, and if you're on all fours, you can just bend in and out. Or you can thread under your arm and thread up to the ceiling. It's up to you. Please do whatever you fancy. Make sure on that arm underneath the shoulder, it's right tucked under. Pull your ribs in a bit. Some of you need to sort of shove your hip up a bit higher. But you look great. Keep going for me, keep breathing. This should feel so good. As soon as you've done your 10, some of you might be getting close. You'll sit back on your bum again. You'll go back into your L. Don't panic if you go. You carry on, just letting you know what's coming. You'll point and flex your feet. You will swish your arms round and you will do your hug and drop your chin towards your chest. Because that should feel lovely. Now, please know, I've taught this more or less without any of the equipment today. And I've done that on purpose so that if anyone's doing it and hasn't got it, you're not going to feel left out. However, the next move, if you struggle, you can feel free to put your Pilates ball in your lower back. Okay? I'm going to turn to the side. We're going to do a move called rolling up. We sit tall. We do up our zips. Let me show you from the side. We start off with just tucking your pubic bone in and sitting tall. So put one hand on your bra band and one hand just below your belly button. Just tilt your pelvis towards you. So I'm not leaning back, but my hands are coming together. Now, if you feel like you've got loads of rolls of flesh in between your hands, that's normal. Don't start thinking, oh my God. You wouldn't be able to sit up straight if you didn't have anything there, all right? This is safe for everyone and it's just mobility for the lower back. If you feel stronger, here I go. You ready? I'm gonna dip down and then I'm gonna sit tall. And if you had your Pilates ball there, anyone that needs it, it's very helpful. I'm not going to put my Pilates ball there because I'm going to come all the way down to the floor and stretch. And I'm going to gently come all the way back up. But if you watch how slowly I do this, I'm like one vertebrae down at a time. I stretch out and I peel one vertebra away at a time, but I'm not like yanking myself off the floor. For some of you, that'll be too much. Others might want to go a bit more, but you get a bit stuck. So if that happens to you, come to where you can, hold the back of your thighs, and then roll back up if that helps. But what I don't want you to do is yank too hard, put stress on your shoulders. All right? So nice and smooth. You'll look lovely. Keep breathing. If you don't breathe, if you hold your breath, your muscles fatigue and can't do the contraction to keep you nice and strong and safe through your core. Okay, we're going to do 3 more. And then on the 3rd one, I want you all laying down. So I'm going to show you how you can get there if you can't get down flat. If you can get to a certain point and you're stuck, you either assist at the back of your thighs, or you put one elbow down the other, and then you relax down, okay? And then we will do a full body stretch. We'll hold our thumb, and we'll stretch and wiggle, which should feel absolutely fantastic. Helps release all the stress and tension in the body. And then we squish our little arms down the side of our body. We bend up one leggy and we bend up the other. Are you okay? Yeah? Right. Take your arms out to the side, turn your palms up. We've done some lovely rotational work. We've done some lovely roll down and roll up work. But we're going to have a little tiny bit more, just a tiny bit. Now you can either super glue the knees and the side of the feet together, take a big breath in and slowly exhale over. So this is like spine twist, but obviously laying down. Big breath in and then exhale over. But look, as my knees go one way, the soles of my feet look the other. That's option 1. Option 2 is just to pick the feet up off the floor. And I can still go quite deep, but I must keep those shoulders on the floor and palms up. Now, if I go into option 3, this becomes a strengthening move. So if I bring my legs up over my body, I only go halfway, and rather than mobilising, I'm now strengthening my core. And if I go into neutral spine, legs slightly further away, it's a lot harder to keep my zippy area in, but this is very strong. So be careful and just go a little bit. And then if I was really feeling really great, which I'm not, but I'm going to show you anyway, I would do straight leggies, but again, proceed with caution, you don't want to fall over. You're just going to do 2 more, whichever level you want to do. You're not swinging from side to side. You take a big breath in, then you just exhale over. And then I come back to the middle, I grab hold of my ankles, I take my knees wide, and I just relax. This should feel quite good. Yeah, you alright? Now your final move this morning is I'm going to do a little bit of work to really help strengthen the hips, the glutes, and work the adductors and the abductors, as well as your core. So when you're ready, flex your feet, take your legs here, and then you can have your legs right over your body, or you can go 90 degree, you choose. Now I'm going to work my right leg, so I'm going to put my right arm down. I'm also going to move my left arm, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to push out, and I'm going to come back in. Now if you find this tricky, put that hand on the knee and anchor yourself in position. If you like the movement pattern, I'm going to do this. And the reason I'm teaching you this movement pattern is, if I use weights, I tend to put this movement pattern in and we do a press up. But if you're not sure, just hold that leg steady. Do 2 more. How far you take your leg out depends on you. The idea is you keep your bum cheeks on the floor. Now I change sides. Are you ready? So I just go out and in, foot flexed. Doesn't matter if your move is small or big, whatever feels good for you. If you don't need to hold that knee, how about we push the arm up? Now I taught this yesterday in my Pilates class that I was teaching, and I'm actually quite shocked. My inner thighs are really killing me. So it just goes to show this really works. So I'm stabilising my pelvis, changing my core, and strengthening through my glutes and hips. Now I'm going to come back to the centre. Put both arms down. We're going to do both legs out and in, slowly. So you want to use gravity. Now those of you who are up for a challenge, proceed with caution. You don't have to. If you want to, try with me. We're just doing 4 times, just got 2 more. Keep breathing, squeeze the legs back together. Don't pop the ribs or arch the back. And let's have 1 more. Come back to the centre, grab your ankles, let your knees go wide. Well done. Feel all right? I hope you do. Now I need to get you back up off the floor, but I'm hopefully going to roll you. So what I want you to do is release your ankles, hold the back of your thighs, lift your head up and peek through your knees. Now do this gently. I want you to rock really, really gently as many times as you need to until you can sit up. Once you're sat up, I want you to stretch your legs out. And I just want you to put your hands here. Then I want you to take a big breath in, and I want you to exhale and see if you can walk your hands a bit further forward. Then I'm going to ask you to sit back up tall, and I'm going to exhale and see if you can go over a little bit more. Then we're going to come out again, sit tall, big breath in, and we're going to exhale, just stretch out once more. Hold. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release, bring your legs back together, bend your legs. Flip over onto all fours. If you're able, go into your down dog. If not, get up however you're comfortable with. I'm going to down dog, release my spine, wiggle my shoulders, pummel my heels because I'm very tight down my posterior chain. And if you're doing your daily steps, you might need to just release those feet, ankles and the lower leg. Then I'm going to walk my hands back in. Now wait, tap the chin towards the chest, Cossack your arms and just do a little sway for 4. Just make sure there's no tension left. Then hang, I'm a lot lower now, and then I roll slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time, up. Slowly, stack each vertebrae, and once you're up standing, we're up nice and tall, and we just take our hands together, give them a little rub, generate some warmth. I'm just going to finish off with our finger held, so now watch. We push our hands away, we link our fingers, we push the palms away, wow. We take our arms up and we swish round to the side. And we're going to do that once more. We push away, we link, we go up and we come round. Then we put our hands back together, we give ourselves a little clap, you give me a little wave, and then you come back and talk to me. And catch up crew, I really hope you enjoyed that. Please let me know.